John Kerry, the climate czar under Biden, compares combating climate change to the D-Day invasion as the fight of our times. John Kerry, the Special Presidential Envoy for Climate, compared the struggle against climate change to the D-Day invasion of Normandy, which took place 79 years ago today and resulted in the deaths of thousands of American and Allied service members as well as the overthrow of the Nazi regime. Recharge reported that Kerry drew the connection on Tuesday in Norway while speaking as the keynote speaker at a maritime exhibition. It's June 6 today. D-Day. One of the single most significant moments in history, Kerry addressed the audience. An instance that reminds us of all that characterized the latter part of the 20th century and the start of the 21st century. They fought for a set of principles that, in my opinion, are just as crucial today as they were back then. They risked their lives to combat fascism, oppression, false information, and the brutal killing of innocent people, he stated. Make no mistake, just as that was a fight for the future as much as anything we have ever faced, what we are seeing now is the same, he continued later. According to the report, Kerry argued that failure to address climate change could lead to greater consequences than what the world faced in 1944 when then-German leader Adolf Hitler still controlled much of Europe. What is also clear right now is we can also win this fight, but it requires the same level of innovation and mobilization that was required back then by those in the greatest generation, he said. Today's threat comes from all of us. It comes from the result of the things we do or avoid doing. The report said that Kerry faulted modern generations for not acting decisively to address climate change, something he argued the generation who took on the Axis powers in World War II rose to the occasion to do. This is the fight of our times. A fight against greed, selfishness, disinformation and outright lies, and a fight for that cleaner, healthier and more prosperous and safer world, he added. Kerry recently came under fire for other controversial remarks he made earlier last month when he stated that net zero energy goals were impossible without addressing greenhouse gas emissions from the agriculture sector. He said the industry creates 33% of the world's total carbon emissions and argued that reducing those emissions must be front and center in the quest to defeat global warming. John Kerry is the Neville Chamberlain of climate, added that food emissions alone are projected to cause an additional half degree of warming by 2050, noting that the global population is increasing and recently surpassed 8 billion people. A group of Republican lawmakers later called on President Biden to disavow Kerry's comments, referring to them as deeply offensive, and a blatant slap in the face to the hard-working individuals that spend their lives sustainably producing our world's food, fuel, and fiber.